Hi everyone, and welcome to Sweetpea Sid's Inspirations, and welcome to the final reveal for the Winter Mystery Crochet-A-Long. I greatly enjoy this, and I greatly enjoy and appreciate all those who have participated or supported this crochet-along throughout the way. So, have you guys been able to pick up the little clues that I have given to you guys each week? Well, if not, then we are going to take a trip down. Clue number 1 was snow is glistening. And how I came about that was, of course, the song that I have chosen as the theme. But when you look at this yarn, which was the Lion Brand Scarfie, there is a little bit of a sheen or a glissle to the yarn. So that's kind of how I came up with this being as clue number 1. But it also, the texture of the stitch kind of plays into clue number 2. So when you look at the stitch, it kind of, you've got to have some imagination, but when you look at it, it kind of looks like sleigh tracks. So clue number 2 was sleigh bells ringing, are you listening? And the stitch that I used in clue number 2, which you can't really see clue number 2, it's back here, but when you look at the stitch, it kind of looks like sleigh bells. And that's how I came up with clue number 2. So clue number 3, which was the Celtic weave, that one was As We Dream by the Fire. When I think of the Celtic weave, what comes to mind is a campfire or a fireplace. I don't know why, but it just really reminds me of a fireplace or a campfire. So that's kind of how I came up with clue number 3. So clue number 4, which you can see right here, was in the meadow we can build a snowman. And when you look at the texture in the stitch, it kind of looks like a triangle. And most people will use a carrot for the snowman's nose. So that's kind of how I came up with clue number 4. And clue number 5, which is the big final reveal, and what are all these lyrics, are in the song Walking in a Winter Wonderland. So this whole wrap was based on the lyrics of Walking in a Winter Wonderland. So it's kind of got a little story to it, and if you have made this wrap and you're gifting it to somebody or even wearing it, you can maybe, if somebody asks you, hey, I really like your wrap, or blah, 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 then you can kind of also tell the story along with this wrap. And you can, this is the stitch for clue number 5. And I went back to the scrappy yarn, and you will need at least 160 yards for clue number 5. But that really wraps it up for the final reveal, other than the tutorial part of this video. Again, I want to thank you all for participating or supporting. I hope you have enjoyed this whole process and making the wrap if you have. And if you would like to share your pictures with me, your work in progresses, or even your finished object of the wrap, please feel free to do that so I can get a slideshow ready, or even share on my community page as well. You can send those to me in my email, which will be down in the description box along with all of my platforms. But let's go ahead and get started on the final portion or final clue for this wrap. Clue number 5 is going to start off the exact same way that we have done up until this point, which is if you are switching colors, you will go ahead and switch your colors, making sure it is on the back side of your work. I have switched over to my Scarfie, which is my main, and you will need to get 84 stitches straight across of this lace that we finished off in clue number 4. Once you have gotten all 84 stitches completed straight across, the next 2 rows, so rows 2 and 3, we are going to place a half double crochet in each stitch, making sure you do have a total of 84 stitches. And once you have gotten that completed, we'll go ahead and start off the starting rows for our 2-row repeats, and then we'll get moving into our actual 2-row repeats. So again, row number 1 is 84 stitches, single crochets straight across. And then rows 2 and 3 are going to be half double crochet stitches straight across as well, making sure you have 84. And then we'll go ahead and get started. Once you have gotten all 3 of those rows completed, we are going to start on our first setup row of the 2-row repeat. So this is going to be very, very similar to the second row repeat that we are going to do, but it's going to be a little bit different than when we go back around, because where we are going to be placing our stitches in different places here versus when we go back around. So after you have gotten the chain 2, we are going to place a half double crochet in that very first stitch. Go ahead and yarn over, and now we are going to skip the next, we're going to go 2 rows below, and we are going to skip the next 3 posts. So 1, 2, and 3. So in that 4th post, we are going to place a front post treble crochet. So after you have yarned over twice, we're going to go into that stitch and place a front post treble crochet. So we're going to go to side, draw up a loop, pull through 2, pull through 2, and pull through 2. So now we are going to go back up top, and we're going to skip that next stitch, which is right beside of that front post, or that half double crochet that we made at the very beginning. We're going to skip the stitch, and then in the next 4 stitches, we are going to place a half double crochet in each stitch. So 1, 2, 3, and 4. Next, we are going to yarn over twice, and where we place that front post treble crochet, we're going to go to the stitch right beside it, and we are going to place another front post treble crochet. So go from side to side, draw up a loop, pull through 2, and then pull through 2. And then go ahead and yarn over twice again. So we are going to skip the next 4 posts. So 1, 2, 3, and 4. We are going to go into that next post, and we are going to place a front post treble crochet. So 1, so drop, pull through 2, pull through 2, pull through 2. So now we are going to go back up top, and we're going to skip the next 2 stitches. So after that last half double crochet that we made up top, we're going to skip the next 2, so 1 and 2, and in the next 4 stitches we are going to place a half double crochet. So 1, 2, 3, and 4. So once you have gotten that completed, we're going to yarn over twice, and we are going to go into that next post down below. So you have that treble crochet that we made. We're going to go into the next post and place a front post treble crochet into that stitch. So once you have gotten that completed, we're going to skip the next 4 posts 2 rows below. So 1, 2, 3, and 4. Yarn over twice. We're going to go into that next post, and we are going to place a front post treble crochet. And then we are going to go back up top and skip the next 2 stitches after that last half double crochet that we made at the top. So 1 and 2, and the next 4 stitches we are going to place a half double crochet in the next 4. So 1, 2, 3, and 4. And that is going to be our repeat unit. So go ahead and continue that for until you have gotten to the end of this row, and then I will meet you once I have reached the end. So you should leave off with 3 half double crochets. That might not be 100% correct. I think at some point my stitches got messed up and I didn't catch it soon enough, but you will leave off with some number of half double crochets. You will not do a treble crochet in the last stitches. And then for the first row of repeat, we'll turn our work, which you should be now on the back side, and you'll work a half double crochet in each stitch. So once you have gotten that completed, the first row of repeat completed, which is again a half double crochet in each stitch, working on the back side of your work. The second row repeat, what we're going to do is we are going to start off with a chain of 2, so 1 and 2, and we are going to place a half double crochet in the next 2 stitches. And then we are going to be working in 2 rows below, and you will see a section of 4 stitches here in between the 2 treble stitches, which are right here. So these are the 2 treble stitches, and then here are the 4 half double crochets. And we are going to yarn over twice. We're going to go into that first middle half double crochets, so you have 4. We're skipping that very first one. We're going to go into this second one and place a front post treble crochet. And then we are going to go back up top. We're going to skip the next stitch, and we're going to go into that second stitch and place a half double crochet in the next 4 stitches. So 1, 2, 3, and 4. So now we're going to yarn over twice, and into the third half double crochet from 2 rows below, we are going to place a front post treble crochet. And now you should have something that kind of looks like a V. So you'll start to see the pattern start to work out, which is like a textured herringbone stitch. So once you have gotten that treble crochet, we are going to skip the next 2 stitches up top, and we are going to yarn over, and we're going to go to the next 4 half double crochets in the next section of the herringbone stitch. So once you have gotten that treble crochet completed, we're going to skip the next 2 stitches up top, so 1 and 2. We're going to yarn over twice, and now you have another section of that raised herringbone stitch, and you'll have another 4 half double crochets 2 rows below, so 1 and 2. We're going to go to the second half double crochet of that 4, and we're going to do a front post treble crochet. And then we're going to go back up top, skip those 2 stitches that we were supposed to skip, so 1 and 2. We're going to go into that 3rd stitch and place a half double crochet in the next 4 stitches. So 1, 2, 3, and 4. So it's pretty much what we just did, but it's a little bit different where we've already got it set up, and now we're actually working the pattern. So you'll go ahead and continue repeating those 2 row repeats until you can count 8 rows of these raised herringbone stitches. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. In the last 2 rows, you will go ahead and place a half double crochet in each stitch, and then you will be finally completed with the Mystery Crochet-A-Long, which we made a crocheted wrap. Great for the winter time. It is warm, snuggly, and very, very great for the winter time. And if you would like to send your finished objects or work in progresses to me so I can put them in a playlist, feel free to do that. My email will be down in the description box, along with all of my other social media platforms. But I hope you guys greatly enjoyed this Mystery Crochet-A-Long, and please enjoy your crochet wrap. I hope you all have a wonderful day, and I will see you guys for the next crochet-along. I don't know if it will be a mystery, but next crochet-along.